Welcome back, grade 7s, to lesson number 4 of our surface area and volume unit. This lesson today is going to be on volume of prisms. Now, the nice thing about this lesson is that we're going to use information that you've already gathered in previous lessons, namely the lesson where we did volume of rectangular prisms. Hopefully you haven't forgotten that formula because it's going to come back and help us right here. Now, the one thing I'm going to remind you of, if you think back to that lesson, the formula that you would have used is in order to figure out volume, you're going to do the area of the base and multiply it by the height. We remember that. Here's the key, and this is where this is a little bit different. When you go to other prisms, such as a triangular prism or a trapezoidal prism, for an example, you need to figure out what the base is. Now, this is a little bit more complicated on these shapes because the base is not always going to be the side that it's resting on. The base is going to be the shape of the prism. So in this case, because it's a triangular prism, the base is going to be the triangle, which is the part that I have over here. And the height is going to be usually indicated and the measurement that will be given to you. And so in this case, all you have to do is figure out the area of that triangle. You already know how to figure out the area of a triangle, and you just multiply it by the height of the whole prism. It's as simple as that. Now, I have an example here that I'm going to be going through with you. Now, as I've been harping over and over again, line 1 will always be the formula. So volume equals the area of the base, multiply that by height. And I just did a little bit of a short form. Volume equals area of the base multiplied by height. Now, your first line, if you remember, we have to figure out the area of the base. The area of the base is going to be the triangle because this is a triangular prism. So my formula, I'll bring it up, is base times height, divide that by 2. So here's my measurements. I'm going to take my 4 by 3, and then I'm going to divide that by 2. When you're done, 4 times 3 is 12. Divide that by 2, and you're going to get 6. Now, at this point, we need to multiply it by the height of the prism, which is going to be the 7 right here. And when you're done with 6 times 7, you're going to get 42 cubic centimeters. And that, my friends, is the volume of this triangular prism. So again, the volume is area of the base, multiply it by height. Now, I have another example here from you. I'm not going to actually step you through this one, but I do want you to take a peek of how I went about doing this. Now, this is a trapezoidal prism, and as I said before, in order to figure out volume equals area of the base, multiply that by height. So that formula you should already have. And because this is a trapezoidal prism, you need to figure out the area of the trapezoid. We know from our previous lessons that in order to figure out the area of a trapezoid, a plus b, divide that by 2, multiply by height. And I've gone through and figured that out here. And that's 19 6/10 of a centimeter. And when I'm done, I multiply it by the height of the prism, which is 8 2/10 of a centimeter. Once you do all that multiplication, you get 160 72/100 of a cubic centimeter, and that is the volume of the actual prism that you have. So again, it goes back to remembering this formula and also remembering how to figure out the area of all those individual faces. All those formulae are going to be important. That's why I keep on telling my students, don't forget. Now, here is your work for today. I have 2 prisms here. I want you to figure out the volume for each of them. Lay it out, make sure you organize, and don't forget line 1 is always the formula. So good luck, and if you need to watch the video again, then definitely go back and pop over and watch it again, and we'll see you next time. Bye.